Today marks the second anniversary of the shooting at Marshall County High School.
But it was simply a coincidence that state senators would spend the morning legislating for more security inside the Commonwealth schools. LEX 18's Michael Burke has more about Senate Bill 8 in the big story at 6.
2 years ago today, Kentucky joined a fraternity to which no one wants membership. A shooting inside Marshall County High School which killed 2 and left 18 more injured. The anniversary certainly wasn't lost on state senators who gathered for another legislative session this morning.
In honor of those families in that school district, let's have a moment of silence, please.
Then, in a bitter twist of irony, negotiations on SB 8 continue. Its language would allow for additional mental health counselors on school campuses, while arming security officers in schools across the Commonwealth.
We're not arming teachers, we're not going down that path, but if we're putting sworn law enforcement officers, they will have a gun. And I think that the expectation of parents is that that officer will be equipped with a firearm.
Wise says his research tells him 80% of Kentuckians want this. No one can ever speculate on how different things might have been with an armed guard at Marshall, but it's not unfair to take a guess on how professional counseling might have helped accused shooter Gabriel Ross Parker. It's why Senator Wise wanted to craft an all-encompassing bill.
I love the mental health approach. I think the collaboration that you saw today with school psychologists, school social workers, and school counselors all coming together to the table.
And from this table, it'll now go to the floor for a full vote. In Frankfort, Michael Burke, LEX 18 News.
Senator Wise said he's confident SB 8 will gain the support it needs once it goes to the floor for a full vote. He's basing that on last year's passage of SB 1, which was also dedicated to school safety. Yesterday, a video showing people shouting at Muslim school kids outside of Kentucky's capital spread on social media. The 3-minute clip upset many people, including lawmakers and the governor.
LEX 18's political reporter Carolina Buchek has the story.
With our representative and legislators.
Hundreds of Muslims from across Kentucky came to Frankfort yesterday for the first ever Muslim Day at the Capitol. The goal of the day was to have people meet their lawmakers and make their opinions on important bills and topics known.
A lot of folks don't know how the political system works, so it's an educational day.
And as that was happening, a small group of people holding anti-Islam signs gathered.
We know this God of the Bible.
Later on, the Council on American Islamic Relations posted this video on social media.
The Muslim faith is a false religion. Islam is a false religion.
This video shows exactly what happened outside of the Capitol yesterday. We see men standing by this bench over here addressing Islamic school children as they're boarding their school buses along the road right over here. What happened between them is something lawmakers and the governor say is not okay.
Every child should be welcome in this Capitol. And for people to heckle or yell at children getting on or off a bus is shameful. It's wrong.
In the video, as the protesters oppose Islam,
Jesus Christ, or you will go to hell.
You hear a man telling them to leave the kids alone.
These are children you're attacking.
This situation caught the attention of one lawmaker who is a Christian pastor. On the House floor, he made it clear that all people are welcome at the Capitol.
And even though I may disagree, our religions differ greatly. But I stand here on this floor today saying I would die for the right to them to worship the God that they so choose.
In Frankfort, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.